Hello Sagittarius, welcome to my channel. My name is Robyn, I'm a channeler and tarot reader, and this is going to be your May 2025 reading for Sun, Moon and Rising. We're going to look at the theme you'll be exploring for the month of May. We will look at the challenges, what's working in your favor, potential outcome, and some guidance from Spirit. Okay, so we're going to start off with a major arcana and see where you are exploring in the cycle of life at the moment. Okay, so Sagittarius, what theme are you looking at? What theme are you exploring and investigating? Ooh, the Hierophant. Okay, so a couple of things here. Hierophants typically talk about higher wisdom, higher knowledge, but they can also talk about regulations and rules, like the big system, right? And this is no surprise for me, Sagittarius, because you do ponder on these sorts of things quite a lot. You do have that big perspective on life, what is the bigger picture, okay? But this could be either in one or two ways, or perhaps the blend of both, which is, what are the systems around me in my life that govern society, and how does that impact me? And how can I reach beyond that to the realms of higher understanding from a spiritual standpoint? Okay, so it could be one or the other, or how those two blend in with each other. And that's what you're exploring this month. Okay, so we're going to get some tarot. This is my deck here. I'm just waiting for it to arrive so I can post it on my website for those who wish to purchase a copy. It's very special to me, of course, I have to say that, because I painted all the pictures. And it has a different background this time, beautiful gold background instead, and it comes in a nice gold box tin. So I'll let you know when that's available should you be interested. Sagittarius, May 2025. Okay, current energy, we got the Three of Cups, Desire, Seven of Cups, what's working in your favor, the Chariot, Challenge, the Tower, outcome is the Fool. Ooh, Sagittarius, it's quite a big month for you. You've got three major arcanas. Okay, so when we have loads of major arcanas in our lives, right, particularly in a month, it means that there's kind of predestined energy coming. Things are coming together and shifting quite drastically for you. Okay, and of course we've got the Hierophant. So you're looking at all of these areas over here, and how does that reflect back to yourself? How does that reflect back to your society? And what is the bigger picture? What's the spiritual learning in that? You start off with the Three of Cups. Three of Cups is a beautiful energy. It's like people coming together, reuniting, celebrating, feeling kind of connected and light-hearted, which is awesome. But we're going to clarify, so don't worry. Your Desire is the Seven of Cups. You want to have choices available to you, okay? You want to have the freedom of choice. You want to be able to kind of move where you want to go, experience the things that you want to experience without being confined. Okay, but this could also be a little bit of a daydreamy state. Okay, so kind of wishful thinking, daydreamy state. We'll see what the clarifying cards say. What's working in your favor this month is a Chariot. And the Chariot is about basically boldly going where no man has gone before, right? It's like a rushing forward triumphantly with victory and embracing your light and your shadows and running with it anyway. Okay, so whatever kind of excitement that you feel this month, particularly if you are being inspired by people around you, right? Run with it. You can figure out the pitfalls later. This is super serving you this month. So follow the desire to just leave it all behind and race forwards, okay? Regardless of duality. Now, the Challenge is a Tower. The Tower is an energy of where something needs to shift because it really isn't serving you or society at large anymore, okay? The Tower, as you can see, is cracked. And so it doesn't really have strong foundations anymore. It might have done at one point, but it's no longer secure. So something that has been niggling at you the back of your mind, know that it is coming down, it is crumbling for your highest good in order for you to create and build a stronger tower. Okay. But sometimes this does come as a bit of a shock, a bit of a change, a bit of kind of like, I have to switch everything, right? I mean, but with Sagittarius, you're kind of not bad at kind of, doing that and adapting. But we're going to clarify and see where that is going. The outcome is the Fool, which is awesome, right? Because not only have you charged forward and said, you know what, I'm going to move to an area where I feel more excited, more kind of in my vibe. And then by the end of the month, you have embraced that new beginning, okay? The Fool talks about kind of being the birthing of something new. It is typically a 0, which represents potential. So while you may feel like you don't know what you're doing and you're a bit of a novice, and like, whoa, what am I have no idea what this new chapter is going to look like, run with it. It's a very powerful card. So let us clarify. Oh, my hand is really this hand is a bit sore today, so it's also affecting my shuffling. Sagittarius. Okay. Under the 3 of Cups, we've got the 2 of Cups. Under the 7 of Cups, we've got the Tower. Under the Chariot, we've got the 4 of Swords. Under the Tower, we've got the 4 of Pentacles. Under the Fool, we have the 5 of Swords. Okay, Sagittarius. You're feeling the love, right? 2 of Cups can sometimes talk about kind of soulmate energy. It can also talk about facing your higher self, connecting to your higher self. People who mirror things back to you may seem to be someone from a completely different walk of life, completely different contrast to you, but it's actually reflecting something that you need to look at, right? So whether that be in a person, in a situation, or in the mirror, right? But it's talking about kind of relationships in that regard. So perhaps for some of you, you've met somebody at a function, at an event, and it's kind of like, ooh, this is quite exciting. Okay, I don't know where it's gonna go because that's kind of only love vibes I've got, unless by the end of the month you really birth it into a relationship. But for others of you, this is like really, it feels very community orientated, okay? And finding ways where you can really harmonize with other people. It's like finding your soul tribe, having lots of deep conversations, expressing your opinion and your perspective, and it being a safe space for other people to do it to you as well. So it's a lovely energy actually. Now the desire is to, it's funny this comes up actually. The desire is to kind of daydream and have options available to you, right? And it's clarified by the Fool, which tells me that that's going to be connected to that, right? So even though that the Tower might be a bit of a challenge, it's kind of still... it's still what you're hoping for in a weird way. It's like people can daydream and be thinking about multiple options for the rest of their lives and not actually do anything or action anything. But part of you wants something to kind of, in a way, kind of make the decision for you. And so put you in a position where, you have no choice but to go. I'll give you an example. It's a bit of a weird example, but I'll give you an example. I remember working, when I was my acting days, I had to do temping work, and I was working for a company where the people were bullies. They bullied me, but there was one particular person who bullied everyone. And I remember it was so awful. I used to get panic attacks. First time ever, and not since, that I've ever experienced panic attacks. And I used to actually dream in the morning or kind of hope that I would be run over, have a run over so I wouldn't have to go to work, right? Not run over and die, but like have some sort of accident that was beyond my control, So I didn't have to deal with that, right? Until I realized, what the hell am I thinking? This is ridiculous. Just leave. And then I did. But it's kind of giving me that kind of feeling of like hoping that something will decide for you so that you don't have to decide, right? And of course it does. But let's move on to the Chariot. So what's working in your favor this month, excuse me, is a Chariot with the Four of Swords, okay? So by moving forward and just kind of going with something and just following your intuition with that and just kind of going, you know what, I'm just going to run with this. It's actually a very healing experience. It enables you time to kind of rest and recoup. It's like moving outside of a particular situation and saying, okay, well, now I'm ready to have a bit of a breather and charge up for the next chapter. Now, often is the case, I've done also a lot of traveling as well. Often is the case, things can be super, super, super busy because you're leading up to go somewhere, right? Leading up to kind of start something, change your lifestyle to some degree. And as soon as you kind of embark on that, you've got it's like a moment's respite where you kind of go, oh, wow, I can actually be anonymous now. I can actually invent a new version of myself. I can invent a new lifestyle for myself. And that is a very healing experience as well. So it's going to, whatever this forward thrust momentum, it could even be travel, right? Because chariots are vehicles. This is going to give you really the time just to go, okay. Now the challenge is that Tower, and it's with the Four of Pentacles. So even though you're kind of hoping a little bit for the decision to be made for you with the Tower, where you kind of force him to make a decision, right? Not that you feel undecided, but it's just like, rather than kind of toying with all the different options available to you, what's the best? The Tower moment for you seems to be reflecting in the Pentacle aspect, right? Your materials, your resources, your physical dollar, you know? The Tower moment is basically saying, ooh, hold up. Don't give too much away. Don't give too much information away. Don't spend frivolously. Don't overindulge because something is shaking. Now, it could be that, we all know that financial systems are going to on the brink of collapse anyway. So it could be something connected to that, but I haven't had that kind of message across all the readings this month. So it doesn't feel massive in that regard, but there could be a bit of an upset to what you thought was stable, but now you've got to hold back, right? So whatever you've been investing in, right? I would say financially, or your efforts as well, that can be exchanged as a monetary exchange, right? It's time to sort of hold it in, rein it in. And that's going to be a bit of a challenge, particularly if you're sort of traveling or moving forward into this next venture. For others of you, it could literally be that there's unknown, like a pregnancy that comes to light that now you need to address, right? This would totally qualify for that because we've got that Two of Cups there, celebration. That's like, ooh, no, this is going to be expensive, and let's just run with it. And then the birthing, okay? So, but obviously that's not going to be for everybody, but the energy is also kind of qualified for that, if you know what I mean. The outcome is a Fool, which is clarified by the Five of Swords. So the Fool card is basically that birthing that new chapter in your life, a brand new cycle. And you're doing it in a way which enables you to kind of let go of things from the past that are really kind of weren't doing you any favors in the mind space, okay? So because he's gone off on his own, the two are walking away. Now, yes, this can also talk about kind of a short-term win. It's like sometimes this card can talk about kind of losing the battle but winning the battle but losing the war, right? Because it's kind of can be perceived sometimes as a selfish energy. But I feel that because you've got this new brink over here, I'm reading it more, because I read it intuitively, right? I'm reading it more as, by embarking on this new cycle, the people that no longer vibrate on your wavelength, mentally speaking, walk away. They have to. There's distance that's created. And I feel like that's a really, really positive thing. So Sagittarius, let us get a message from Spirit. What do you need to know now for your highest good for May, please? What does Sagittarius need to know, please, for their highest good? Okay. Ooh, yeah. Deep replenishment. Retreat, rest, be held. Okay. So this is where we're talking about this healing energy over here, okay? Particularly for those of you where there is pregnancy involved, relative to the baby over there, it is time to really just take it in a bit and just look within and spend some time within as well. Also for some of you, right? So if we look at this tower moment here, if you are experiencing a tower moment, which means that the structures that you have built your trust on are now kind of wobbly, right? And you're kind of holding it together and you're keeping your finances close to your chest and you're kind of not giving too much away. Again, that's an energy. These two energies are for resting and replenishment. Sure, you maybe still be venturing out, but that provides the opportunity for that rest. So this month, Spirit is saying, be gentle with yourself, okay? Follow your heart's desire, follow your inner compass, right? But really now's the time to allow Spirit to carry you through this energy as well. Because those are going to it's going to shake up the system a bit, right? So Sagittarius, that's what I have for you. I really hope it helped. I hope it resonated. Obviously, if you're interested in a personal reading or channeling session, check out my website, robynstein.com. Information is in the description box below. I hope you have a beautiful month and I will see you next time. Take care.